So many rappers nowadays claim to have grown up in the hood. This is usually the case for some of the bigger ones who make these claims, but some are lying. They lie about this to gain respect and to influence their rapping careers with the respect that comes from growing up in the hood. Today, we're going to discuss rappers that fake being from the hood. First up is 6ix9ine. We couldn't have this list without the infamous 6ix9ine. So, how did 6ix9ine fake being from the hood? Well, 6ix9ine has always spoken about his life like he grew up in the hood, and from some perspectives, it makes a lot of sense. If you look at his life, he definitely didn't grow up in the greatest of places. He grew up very poor and in a very bad household. Another thing was that he joined a gang group just outside of New York. This makes sense if he says he is from the hood, but reality is quite different for 6ix9ine. The main thing that people talk about when you are from the hood is the respect you give others and the respect you get from others. The world of the hood is based upon respect and loyalty, which are two things that 6ix9ine clearly didn't have. He was notoriously arrested for his gang crimes, and when offered a lesser sentence to snitch on his group, he took the offer. This sparked the end of the hood act 6ix9ine was portraying, as he clearly didn't have any form of respect for his fellow gang members. Whilst being a part of this gang and claiming to be a part of the hood gained him respect in the rap world and really boosted his career, it seemed like it was all just a guise, and 6ix9ine wasn't the man he portrayed himself to be. In the end, 6ix9ine just isn't who people thought he was, and is the first person on this list. Next up is Tupac. You might not have expected Tupac to appear on this list, but just listen to what we have to say about his upbringing. Tupac is an icon in the rap world, and before his death, he was easily one of the biggest hood rappers of all time. Whilst later on in his life, he definitely lived that sort of lifestyle, and obviously paid the price when he was murdered. His early life was much different than you would have actually expected, though. In fact, Tupac actually lived a pretty nice life, and was part of the middle class for the vast majority of his life. Tupac was in fact born in the hood and into a family involved with gang and with substance abuse problems, but they escaped into San Francisco. Tupac actually got out of the hood at a young age and managed to live a very nice and privileged life. He went to private school and ended up joining a school of the arts later on in his life. He was well loved by many in his school and got along with pretty much everyone. It's something that you wouldn't expect from someone like Tupac. He ended up moving to Los Angeles to pursue his rap career, which obviously started his insane journey before he died. So, Tupac actually wasn't from the hood at all, but really put across an amazing character. The main reason people associate Tupac with the hood is because of the fan base he had during his prime. His music really spoke to the people and influenced hood culture a lot during this time. Whilst his lyrics weren't from any personal experiences, the words he spoke really resonated with those from the hood. And now, Drake. Drake might not be someone most would associate from being born into the hood, but some people really believe that he was. So, was he or not? Well, Drake wasn't born into the hood, and it seems like because of some actions and because of his lyrics, some thought he might have been born into the hood. Drake was in fact born in a pretty normal household. Aside from his father leaving him at a young age, he grew up with his mother in a pretty normal house and had nothing to do with gangs or crime at all. Drake was actually an actor originally, as he debuted on Degrassi: The Next Generation. Once he was done with that, he used the money from acting to perfect his music and jumpstart his career. He was signed, and the rest is history. Drake completely blew up and became one of the biggest male artists of all time. He is well known for his amazing lyrics and insane skill. However, over time, people have thought that Drake was in fact from the hood. He has had some anger issues in the past and has had a pretty bad relationship with his son and the mother of his child. However, Drake is a very normal guy and didn't have that sort of life. People just got mistaken along the way and ended up thinking Drake was someone who he wasn't. Drake's recent actions should show you that he in fact isn't from the hood at all. People are joking about how soft he is. Next, we have 21 Savage. 21 Savage is a really odd case, as he led people to believe he grew up somewhere for a very long time. For the longest time, 21 Savage claimed he grew up and was born in Atlanta, Georgia, and grew up in the hood with gangs. He put this into his music, and people believed him. It wasn't until late 2019 where the ruse was up, and the world found out where he actually grew up. The funny thing was that he never grew up in America altogether. He in fact grew up in London. This was a crazy revelation and really blew the internet up. His entire rapping facade was destroyed, and people exposed him for where he truly came from. This all came to light when the immigration police took him for being in America illegally. Once his fans found out, he was eventually released because of who he was and the support from the people. Because he grew up in the UK, and London more specifically, he definitely didn't grow up in the hood. London only really has a few gangs, which are nothing like the hood that people talk about. 21 Savage definitely wasn't involved in any of these. He was actually in London in a pretty good area. He grew up with a wealthy family and actually moved to America in his teen years. There is no way he grew up in the hood, but he instead maybe just got involved later in life. Whatever the case, his notoriety really changed at this time, but he is still really popular even nowadays. His career didn't end, people just realized what he was really talking about in his music. How about Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne may be one of the biggest names on this list and is known for growing up in the hood. Well, actually, this isn't really the case. So what is going on with him? Well, it's no secret that Lil Wayne didn't have the best of upbringings. He was born when his mother was just 19, and his father left him really early in his life. Him and his mother grew up pretty poor, and Lil Wayne was actually involved in gang activity for a while. He has claimed throughout his career that he has done many acts with gangs and even ran with the Bloods for a while. However, according to to the arrest records, Lil Wayne really hasn't done anything aside from substance abuse. It seems like nowadays, all Lil Wayne does is get high illegally and annoy the police with it. There isn't much proof that Lil Wayne ever did anything bad with the gangs he ran with, so it seems like he just got notoriety from them and did nothing illegal with them. Whilst the drugs are pretty bad, it's nothing too bad, so he has never been to prison for them. Lil Wayne has clearly just been playing everything up in his rapping lyrics and his persona. What do you think about him? Let us know in the comments below. And finally, we have Eminem. Eminem is a weird one to cover, so is he hood or not? Well, the main problem here is that it's really hard to define hood in one way. There are many interpretations of hood around America, so it's hard to actually say he is from there. Eminem moved around lots during his childhood because of his mother's inability to keep a job. They moved around America, which brought up a lot of anger inside of him. He was never able to secure friends because he moved all the time, so his life was really hard. This allowed him to create iconic music in his early days and began his career in the underground rap scene of Detroit, where Marshall Mathers became Eminem. Whilst his story isn't exactly hood, he definitely did have a bad life, so it's up to his fans really. What do you think about Eminem? Is he hood or not? Let us know in the comments below. It's a hard one to define. And that's the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe with notifications on. Thanks for watching. Bye!